homework 7, and I'm going to go over this again. Who's still working on the wireless lab? A couple of y'all. All right. Who brought their alpha tonight that is still working on the wireless lab? Nobody? One person. All right. So we'll go over this again. If you want to go over it, great. If you've already done it, once I'm done with going over the homework for week 7, feel free to leave. All right. No harm, no foul. You don't have to stick around on principle. And I'm going to go, this is going to take me about 20 minutes. Okay? You've already done this, right? The wireless? You've already done the wireless lab, haven't you? Okay, so I'm going to go over it again. After I go over homework 7, you can feel free to leave if you've already done that. So, anyway, look at homework 7. So homework 6 was really easy, right?
Yep.
Homework 7. Yeah. Okay. No, seriously, it should not be as hard as the previous homeworks and trying to break into the box. So but anyway, so break into Metasploitable. Once you break in, get root access. So if you don't have root access, you can't do the following. Okay, make a group called PWND, and then create a user called self, and put self in that group. Okay, you should show me about 3 screenshots for this. All right. Show me a screenshot that you got in and that you have root privileges. Show me a screenshot that you have a group called PWND, and there's several ways you can do that. And show me that you have a user named self. You can actually combine the last two. If you like to show me the password file, the shadow file, it shows me where self is, what groups he belongs to. Okay? And you can satisfy that right there. All right? So that's all that I'm really looking for 50 points. Okay? 25 points for breaking in. All right, what you must do, another 25 points after you break in, which should be relatively easy. But it's kind of like an all or nothing assignment this week. All right? Everybody with me on that? Okay? So, several things you can do for this one. All right, so everybody here, for the most part, got 50 points in week 6. All right, you got your open boss scan? Everybody got the open boss scan?
Mm-hmm.
There are plenty of 10s in that open boss scan, right? You should not have a problem figuring out how to break into Metasploitable. All right, so I am not going to go through and spoon feed you this week. Okay? If you have problems, all right, if you wait till Saturday, Sunday morning, Sunday is Mother's Day. You should not be working on your homework on Mother's Day. All right? If I get emails from you on Mother's Day, okay, Mother's Day night, it's a different story. I get emails from you on Mother's Day, everybody's got a mom or an adopted mom, all right? I don't care. Period. In the text. All right. So, any questions on homework here? No? Okie doke. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and start talking about the wireless. All right, if you've already done the wireless, you've gotten your 100 points of the wireless. Have a great week. See you next week. Or you can hang out and take it all in again. Okie dokie. So, a couple references here. I need to find the SSID, de-auth the client, capture the 4-way handshake, crack the encrypted hash key, Freudian slip. Put all that into a Word document with your screenshots and show me how you did it. Okay? And on the announcements page, it should still be up here. Somewhere. Alright. It does not go away. You still have this link here that you can grab. It's pretty self-explanatory. Cheat sheet. Now, I've had several students have done this and they've gotten 75 points and they're like, well, hey, Professor Brown, why in the world did I get 75 points and not 100 points? Well, you did this at your house. You got your password. You did not get my password. You've got to get my password to complete this. Okay? Kind of in the explanation of the document. But hey, practice at home. Great, not a problem. I can't tell whether you did that or not from, BSSID or not, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get started on all this. If you're recording, great. If not, now's a good time to start. All right, so first things first. I have my alpha. It is hooked up into my laptop. I have my host machine connected to, should have been connected to, Linksys. I'm not connecting to Linksys. Better connect to Linksys. There we go. So it's connected and
Question?
yeah.
Where do we get the dictionary from?
Sorry?
Where do we get the dictionary from?
There's all kinds of dictionaries you can get. There's plenty of dictionaries in Cali.
Oh, okay, so we just get a random one.
You can get a random one, or you can grab one from Cali. I guarantee you, the key will be in almost all.
Okay.
I did not make this hard
Got you.
at all, as you will see here briefly. I hope. Okay. Anyway, so once I am connected to Linksys and I have my alpha set up and it's plugged in on my Kali box in my VM window, you should have a little icon down here for your USB. You hover over it, it should say Realtek Wireless, which is my wireless adapter. I'm going to click on that, connect it to where it turns blue. Once it turns blue, I know it is now connected to my VM. How do I tell it's connected to my VM? I bring up the terminal. And I can type in ifconfig, wlan config. I want to be able to see that WLAN 0 interface. Everybody with me? Okay? If you don't get to this point, no sense in going forward. You got to get to this point. You got to see that physical adapter on your VM. All right. From there, here's where I cheat a little bit because I'm just old and early onset Alzheimer. So I'm going to go ahead and kick off Airmon NG, and when I do that, I'm going to get an error because I've got to kill my WPA supplicant. All right. So I'm going to type in Airmon-NG start. That's what it is. Yep. And as you can see, I'm going to get the same error that you get in the example. All right. This right here, Airmon-NG check kill. That will fix that. That will fix that. All right. So I'm going to type in Airmon-NG space check space kill. Okay, and that's going to kill, main thing I need to kill is that WPA supplicant, okay, and the DH client as well. So once that goes away, now my alpha can go into promiscuous mode, sniff packets, etc. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start arrow dump on my monitor interface. I'm sorry, I'm gonna make my monitor interface, excuse me. Alright? With airmon ng start WLAN 0. I've got to create a monitor interface. I do that with the airmon ng start command. Okay? So up arrow there, WLAN 0. Alright? And that'll take a second, and that will convert that interface into a monitor interface. There it goes. Okay? And you'll see that I now have WLAN 0 mon. Kind of breaks across there. But if I do it now, do it if config, my WLAN 0 is gone, and now I have WLAN 0 mon because it is leveraging that program, airmon-ng, right, to have the adapter in monitor mode. All right. Now I'm going to start looking for stuff. Again, it's always good to go back and make sure that you're still connected to the proper interface. All right. Oh, one other thing I need to do. I need to start generating some traffic. Okay? This is not going to work unless I have traffic going back and forth so that it can analyze packets to try to get that WPA handshake. Okay? So, everybody knows that YouTube. So, find something like long. All kinds of stupid news and stuff on. 70s music classics. Why not? There we go. Man, skip this damn thing already. Alright. I muted you. Alright, whatever. So anyway, I got traffic going across it now. So, you just want to make sure that you stay on Linksys. And what else here? Okay, so now I want to do arrow dump ng on my WLAN 0 mon interface. That's going to start sniffing packets, sniffing frames actually. So, arrow dump dash ng space WLAN 0 mon. There we go. So I need to find that SSID that I'm targeting. It's right there. Linksys. So you can just kind of let this run for a minute or two. You don't have to let it run very long. And then Control-C out of it. Just as long as you see that Linksys there. It doesn't tell you the whole SSID, but enough of it to get it, right? You also want to make sure that you make notes for your BSSID and your channel. Okay? Screenshot that. 25 points. Everybody with me? 25 points. Good. So, it's a good idea at this point in time. Oh, I've already done this, haven't I? Make notes. Because if you come back and something doesn't work, you might have lost connection with Linksys or with the AP, excuse me. Write everything down so you don't have to go back and reinvent the wheel every time. Okay? So, here's my BSS ID. It should match up with what I had previously. (001C 108804EB). Sure does. So I have that. I have my channel. My channel is 6. Okay, that's all I need. I already have my monitor interface. So I did the air. So next thing I need to do is I need to start sniffing that specific channel on the access point. The specific channel on the access point. So I can find a client, find a victim, de-auth them, take a picture of that, and then wait for arrow dump to sniff out that WPA handshake. Okay, so that's what's going to happen here in the next couple of commands. So again, I can just use the same terminal. All right, and the command is arrow dump ng-c, which stands for channel, space 6, space --b SSID, that's the MAC address of the AP, space -w. All right, where am I going to dump all this to? I'm going to dump it to root desktop. And what interface am I going to do this all on? WLAN 0 mod. Okay, so what this is going to do is this is going to start capturing packets and putting it in a file. Okay, so that we can analyze that file later once we find that WPA handshake. Okay. Also, help us in finding our victim. Okay, the IP of this box. Hold on a second. Let me give it some more traffic here. Let me attach my phone to the wireless network. Oh, yeah, it's already there. Cool. All right, so once I hit enter here, start getting beacons. I see stations, right? So these are the station IDs. You still see the BSS ID, that's the AP. Make a note of that. And you look at the ones who's accumulating the most frames. Typically, that's the one you want to go for, but they're both kind of going up there in number. All right, which is fine. Oh, and somebody else joined the party too. Great. So I want to look for the victim. I want to de-auth. All right, and how I'm going to de-auth them is with the AirReplay ng-0, which is for de-auths. The number of de-auth attempts, 20. You can adjust that as you need. -A, which is my victim's MAC address. Excuse me, -A, which is my AP's MAC address. -C, and then my victim's MAC address, and then what interface I'm going to put that on, WLAN 0 mod. So I'm going to copy that. Now I can't use this terminal because it's tied to that collection. So I have to open a second terminal. File, terminal. I put that command in, hit enter. You will watch down here for when you get de-auth. If I'm doing this to my phone, watch my phone. Oh, there it goes. You can force it back on the correct network. All right. So just taking a snapshot of the de-auth, another 25 points. So make sure you get a good capture of that. Looky there, got my handshake. So once you get that handshake, you can Control C out of this. We're all done. Snapshot. We're up to what now? 75 points. All right. Hey, we've passed this lab. Fantastic. We want an A, don't we?
Yep.
Awesome. So here's what you got to do next. You can stay on this, or you can go back to your other terminal. Doesn't matter. Make sure you take a snapshot of that, though. Okay? Each one of these points. If you want to open up yet another terminal, just to be sure, totally cool with that. Not a problem, because these commands are not dependent upon one another. All right? Then the last command that you're going to do, okay, is the air crack command. Okay? And what this command does is it is using a program called aircrack. It is going to, you're going to give it information related to the cap file that you collected, all right, from the aerodump command. You're going to tell it what the base station is, or what the MAC address of the AP is, all right, and then you're going to tell it where is the dictionary file that I want you to search for the password in. Okay? Now I pulled my dictionary file out of Fern. Alright? It's called common.txt. If you do a search on your Kali box, I think I showed you how to get there a while back. Okay, common.txt. Or I can guarantee you, you can use this about any dictionary file you want to. All right, the passwords that I'm going to have in here are not hard to find. They should be in just about every type of rudimentary dictionary file. Okay? So, once you copy this command, go back to your new terminal, hit paste, bam! All right, so here's the check.
That was quick.
Properties. Looky there. Screenshot. And you got an A. Okay. Okay, and I'm not changing the key, guys. I'm not changing the key. It's going to be password. That's why I said when you go for a dictionary file, if password is not in a dictionary file, it's not worth being a dictionary file. Okay, come on, please. I'm not doing this to make you a super uber wireless hacker. I'm doing this so you learn the steps. Okay, so you learn the steps. Questions?
No.
After I've done this about 50 times over the last 3 quarters, I've just about got it memorized. I don't even have to go back to the help file anymore. Okay. This is going to move back over to the telecom lab. All right. It's over there. It's been over there. It will remain over there. Nobody touches it. Okay. It's there 24/7. If the telecom lab's not open, guess what? You can sit right outside the door of the telecom lab and still hack this son of a gun. All right. So the excuse, oh, the telecom lab was, no, it's not going to fly. Not going to fly. It's spring. It's nice weather out. It's not 30 degrees. It's not, oh, it did rain last weekend. Okay. So any questions on that at all whatsoever? Okay. Any questions on homework 7 this week? Have a fantastic, wonderful week. I will see you guys next Monday, and we'll talk about week 8. Go over the extra credit for anybody who's interested in the extra credit next week. And we're rapidly, who's graduating? Who's graduating in June? Guys, you guys starting to get senioritis yet? You're like, man, I got 1.5 foot out the door already.
Started 4 years ago.
You started 4 years ago? Wait till you come back for grad school, that's all I gotta say. Oh! All right, get out of here.